Hi, everybody. This is Todd Krieger, and today I am talking to you about what they never taught you about healthy love, what they never taught you about healthy love. They obviously means parents, society. When we want to be a doctor, we go to medical school. When we want to uh, learn how to play golf, like I have had over the last couple of years, you take golf lessons. Kind of don't know where I'd be without it. If you want to be a partner in a healthy long-term relationship, we have our parents, and maybe there are exceptions to the rule, but for most of us, our parents didn't really teach us about healthy love. Healthy love, let me define what I mean by healthy love, I guess, since I'm using that phrase. It means that we love each other through good times and bad, that we stay connected through challenging times and wonderful times. That when I'm feeling sad, angry, disappointed with you, I don't push you away. I don't yell and scream. That we are able to have love through thick and thin. We really haven't seen parents typically deal with conflict in healthy ways. Healthy ways meaning that their connection is stronger than their pain, and that they also are people that can play together and make love together and all that. How many of us have seen one partner say to the other, I'm really angry at you, and that the other partner, so your parents here, tunes in by saying, okay, you're angry, I'm here, let's talk about it, I'm interested in what's going on with you. We really haven't seen that. Not, not most of us haven't seen it. So what have we typically seen, and why does conflict feel so unsafe? What we have typically seen is when somebody's angry at you, there's a certain punishment that is put on the other person to, like I said, either fight or flight, yelling, bickering, or just avoiding. But you see negative consequences when there is some problem and some disagreement. What we haven't seen is a couple repairing, which is one of my favorite words. As I've said to many of my couple clients, when we're not expected, healthy doesn't mean perfect. Okay, so if my wife says, I'm angry at you, and I get defensive, which has happened many times, I need to be able to go, oh, didn't have the best possible response there. I'm sorry. I got defensive. Let me try this again. Or apologizing, which is very important to apologize. Of course, we haven't seen it. We definitely haven't seen it. And, you know, there are other subtler aspects too to why conflict feels so unsafe. And that is because our parents weren't loved in the most healthy ways either, nor our grandparents. The typical thing was you you do what you're told, you listen, you do the right thing, excuse me for that, and you just are not allowed your own experience. There was sort of like the way people parented was you do what's right, whatever that meant to that person. So for a child to be sad or angry or have a disagreement, typically they weren't allowed to express what they really were experiencing, and for the parent to attune to them. Attunement is another one of my favorite words, repair and attunement. Attunement is the sense of, I understand, I get you. Doesn't mean that a parent indulges you or always gives you what you want, but gets their experience, doesn't shame them for that experience. And the problem is that we have learned from our parents oftentimes, and they have learned from theirs and on, that there's certain ways to present yourself, and it's not really safe to express yourself. Another reason conflict feels so unsafe is that we haven't lived in a physical environment or interpersonal environment where it was safe to have my experience. So we do all kinds of weird things when we have issues and feelings other than just, hey, I got to tell you what I'm really experiencing. And it might not be easy for you to hear this, but this is it. And because if a person has learned that it's safe to express whatever they're feeling, they oftentimes will bring that into their relationship. So we already come into the relationship learning to not express ourselves about certain things for sure. And instead we present ourselves. You have little children before they get socialized what's right, what's wrong, they totally express themselves. My 9-month-old grandson expresses himself. I know when he's happy. I know when he's sad. I know when he's frustrated. He's not censoring, but we've learned to censor. Well, we're supposed to know how to do this on our own. The answer is no. No, absolutely not. Just like I don't know how to do a golf swing on my own. This is not something we're born knowing. We have to, our ability to have healthy love is dependent on the interpersonal environment we were brought up in. And of course, that's problematic. So now what do we do? And if we're not supposed to know this on our own, what do we do? And can we learn healthy love if we didn't grow up with it? Well, the answer to that very last question is yes, we can learn. We have learned that we, meaning the field of mental health, even the field of neurobiology, has learned that our brain has neuroplasticity, meaning it has the capacity to change how it's connecting the neurons in our brain, connects to each other in different ways. And so when we expose ourselves to the much available knowledge out there through podcasts and through videos and through books, that old fashioned way, through working with someone such as myself, you can learn new things. You can learn how to express yourself rather than present yourself. You can learn how to allow your partner to express themselves so that they're not censoring anything. You can learn how to create a safe environment for each person to be fully themselves. And that's another way of defining healthy love. Healthy love in a relationship is when each person feels the safety and freedom to be fully who they are with each other without hiding anything, without suppressing anything. We might not express all the time. There's a certain time when we would want to express ourselves, but we know we have the choice. We can do it. And we, at the appropriate times, are free to share whatever it is that we're experiencing, knowing that our partner will be there for us. And if they're not, they repair it. So yes, we can learn how to love if you didn't grow up with it through these mediums, through a person such as myself. I mean, you could train just like you go to a trainer in the gym and you might not know the best posture, how to use the equipment, what to do to develop a healthy body, but you can learn and your body learns how to be healthy. Now, a question could be, what if my partner and I have different love styles, like different love languages, or what if we have different needs? We do. The answer is we do have different needs. And that's what attunement is all about. We need to tune into each other. You're not me, I'm not you. We need to understand what we need from each other. And that is where attunement comes in. And we have to learn how to be attuned. And the only, the main ingredient, I should say, for attunement is to first decide that the world doesn't revolve around me, and that people don't think like me, even my intimate partner. My partner doesn't have the same needs as me. And here's the third and probably final favorite word that I'm going to talk about is we have curiosity. Right? So repair, attunement, and curiosity. I practice, practice is a good word. I practice being curious about your different experience. And you probably will have a different lifestyle. You probably will have different wants and needs. There are probably different things you need than me. What are they? And the only way it works is when we mutually practice giving each other what we need. And the last question, is it ever too late to learn? And the answer I could tell you based on my career and what I've spent over 40 years now. I have worked with people in relationships in their 20s, and I work with people in their 80s. I don't think I've worked with people in their 90s, but it's been in their 80s, and people learn new habits. It takes recognizing that there's more to learn, and people can do that at any age. So it is quite important to learn that we need to learn. There's nothing more important than recognizing with the things we need to learn, especially when it comes to relationships, intimate relationships, and healthy love. And if we're open to that concept, then you could find those mediums and teachers that can help guide you to develop healthy love, even if you didn't grow up with it. So that's what I wanted to say about that subject. And know that I have a course called From Bickering and Escalation to Connecting and Loving. It's a mini course. It's just a 90-minute information packed, powerful course that will help you in this kind of thing that I'm talking about today. How do you make your connection stronger than your pain? And you could click on that and find out more information about it. It is, I believe, a life-changing 90-minute information packed, powerful course that as you apply what you hear from me, it'll change your mindset and it'll change how you relate. Thanks for listening. This is Todd Krieger, making the world safe for love.